Hey, Jay Srick, yourmotorcycleguys.com. Well, what we got going on today? You know, a lot of people have asked me a lot of questions about my opinion on Dynas versus Softails, right? There's a big conflict, you know, about Dynas versus Softails. And you know, both bikes are very specific to a certain thing. One thing about the basic Dyna, for example, is going to be less expensive. So you're going to save money if you buy a Dyna right off the bat. Some people, though, can't get over the fact that they have that shake, right? I come to love it. At first, when I first got on my first Harley, I was like, you got to be kidding me. You know, is this thing broke? You know, first thing I noticed when I got my first Sportster was that, you know, I was used to riding sport bikes, and I grabbed the brake and it didn't stop. Like, I'm used to stopping on a dime, and it didn't stop on a dime. It didn't stop on a quarter. It didn't stop on $1. I mean, it didn't stop at all. And that about scared the hell out of me. So the first Harley I got on, then it started making these noises, and I'm like, dude, this bike's making these noises, and they're like, well, it's a Harley. And that was my first, you know, first real baptism in the Harley world, right? But you know, I come to love them. They're one of my favorite motorcycles now. They always have been. I've always loved them. I mean, I tell the story about the fact that I got on my buddy's Harley back in the 80s, right? And man, it was cool. And I was riding around, and you know, I had a bunch of bikes, a lot of dirt bikes, stuff like that, but I never really had a real road bike, right? And it was an FXD, right? I think it was a lowrider. But I stopped at the stoplight, and this gal actually looked at me, and I was like, holy Jesus, she's looking at me. And she smiled, and I was like, what? Nobody ever smiled. I had some cool bikes, and nobody ever smiled at me because I had a motorcycle. That's the first time I ever realized there was a cool factor, right, to this whole Harley thing, right? And so, and then the little kid looking in he was standing up, because that's the way we did it back in the day. We didn't have no car seats, sissies. He was standing up, and he looked out the window, and he gave me one of these thumbs up, and I was like, man, this is unbelievable. So, God, you gotta love a Harley after that, right? Why wouldn't you? So, I love Dynas. I love the way they feel. I love the way they handle. I love the way they're aggressive, right? Softails, I've had Softails too. I love them. They're comfortable. There's no vibration, and you go up and down. If you do a lot of in-town stuff, especially, you know, you're not standing at the stoplight like this, right? You don't get off the bike going like this, right? If you got a bad back, they're not a good bike to have. You got a bad back if you're sitting on the Dyna, right? But they handle, and they're fun, and you know what? They're full of piss and vinegar is the only way I can explain it, man. They really do make you feel like you're alive, because you feel like you're trying to, you know, you're trying to wrestle this beast, right? It's not just riding it, you're wrestling it, which is a cool experience. It really is. So, but I love both bikes, and so it depends on what you want to do. If you want a bike that's aggressive, it's going to be a little more harsh on the ride, but going to handle when you get in them twisties, then go with a Dyna. You want to save a little money, go with a Dyna. You want a softer, more comfortable ride, just want to put around the neighborhood or put up and down the road, but you don't want to vibrate, you just want a comfortable ride, then you can't beat a Softail, because remember, they're the same motor. One's been counterbalanced, one is not. So it's not like you're getting a different motor, right? The beauty of Harley is the fact that they dress the bike for different occasions. And so you basically have the same motorcycle that they change. So you know what? You're not going to do wrong regardless of which bike you got. I've had more people, though, disappointed in Dynas than I have Softails. So I have had more people go, wow, I really don't like the way this thing does this, right? Jay Srick, yourmotorcycleguys.com.
Pretty quick. You know, not that any of them are hot rods, but I tell you what, they all get up to speed and all do what they're supposed to do, which is go